Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Noah from PhoneDog.com. I'm here in the media room at MacWorld 2009 in San Francisco. And the only real news today for iPhone fans was the announcement of 3G downloads direct from your iPhone over AT&T's 3G network. Interesting, they announced this news today. Earlier today, massive data outages on AT&T's network reported on the East Coast. But here on the West Coast, it's all systems go with 3G downloads. And not only that, but the addition of Apple moving iTunes to a full-on DRM-free format using their iTunes Plus files means you can have bigger files, 256K encoded music files being downloaded over the 3G network on your iPhone. So if it works, it's great, but we'll see. AT&T's data network, hopefully it will be up to the task. Anyway, here's some video live of the announcement. Phil Schiller from Apple at the keynote. Check it out.
And we have some news, some things we're doing with iTunes. I know I told you to tell you it's all about the Mac, but there's one last thing. There's some pretty powerful things that are amazing happening with iTunes, and I think it's important to share them. iTunes, the world's best music player, and has the most amazing music store. We started the iTunes Music Store 6 years ago, in 2003, April of 2003. In just less than 6 years, what's happened has been astounding. Now sold over 6 billion songs. That's amazing. iTunes is the world's largest media library, music library, with over 10 million songs. 10 million songs. And we now have over 75 million accounts with credit cards. If you remember back in 2003, we started iTunes saying we wanted to give customers a legal way to purchase music digitally over the internet. And it's so great to see how many people agreed with us and want to take part in this legal way to purchase music. And with all this, iTunes became the #1 channel for music in the United States. So what's new with iTunes in 2009? I'd like to tell you about 3 things today that are happening. First, price. As you know, we've worked with all the major music companies, as well as thousands of independents. And over the last 6 years, we've had one pricing model for all songs, 99 cents. And the music companies have told us they want more flexibility. So starting in April, we're going to give them more flexibility because we're going to create 3 pricing tiers. There'll still be 99 cents. There'll also be a pricing tier at 69 cents. And at $1.29. And based on how they choose to offer us their music, we'll sell them at $69, $99, and $129. And I can tell you, we know already that more songs are going to be sold or offered at $69 than $129. So there's going to be a benefit to a lot of customers. So that's the first thing, what we're doing with price, and that comes in April. The second thing we're doing, iTunes Plus. If you follow what we've done with iTunes Plus, you probably already know what iTunes Plus is. But for those who don't, iTunes Plus is a way that we offer music that is completely DRM-free. You can put it on as many computers that you own. It's also encoded at a much higher quality bit rate, 256 KB encoding of AEC, so it's near indistinguishable from the original recording. And for customers that have already purchased music, iTunes Plus offers a really easy way to upgrade your whole library to iTunes Plus. But what's new today is that we've worked with all the major music companies, and starting today, we're going to offer 8 million of the songs all DRM free. And by the end of this quarter, we'll finish out the 2 million more, and all 10 million songs of iTunes will now be DRM free. In case someone didn't understand, I had to make one more slide on it. All songs be DRM-free in iTunes via iTunes Plus. Now, as I said, it's really easy to go in and upgrade your entire library to iTunes Plus and upgrade all your music to now being DRM-free. So that's iTunes Plus. That's the second thing. The third new thing happening with iTunes has to do with the iPhone. As you know, on the iPhone we have the iTunes Wi-Fi Music Store. And it's the most popular wireless music store for buying music on devices like cell phones. And you can go in and you can see what's hot. You can check the top albums and songs. You can find an album you want to buy the album, buy the song. And now, with the iTunes Music Store, it's no longer the iTunes Wi-Fi Music Store, it's just the iTunes Music Store because it supports downloading and buying music on both Wi-Fi and 3G cellular networks. That means you get access to all these songs at the same price. A lot of others don't do that. They're the same price that we've talked about. It's the same selection, all of that incredible over 10 million songs available to you right on your iPhone. It's the same quality, up to 256 KB encoding of AAC you get right over the air.
Good luck with that data network, AT&T.
This means that you can, on your iPhone, preview and purchase music now anytime, anywhere, whether on Wi-Fi or 3G networks. And whenever you sync your iPhone back to your computer, we sync back the music. It's the same music on your iTunes on your computer and iTunes on your phone. This is a really big step for wireless music on cell phones, and that starts today. Today, you can start using iTunes over the 3G network.
If you're on AT&T and you're watching this, hit us up in the comments. Let us know how your data's doing.
This is really profound, that now iTunes, on your phone, DRM-free, 256 KB songs over wireless networks, the same price, and they sync back and work on your computer right into iTunes. Simple idea, a really big step for digital music, and I think a really leading step for Apple. And now we're ending on music, and in many of our MacWorld keynotes, we've tried to make sure we always come back to remembering why we do this, why we create products like the iPod, and iTunes, and GarageBand, all these great products around music simply because